Hello everyone. So in this particular video, we are going to understand about Dataflow Gen2 in Microsoft Fabrics. So till now in our data factory, what actually we were doing, we were trying to extract the data and we were loading into the Lakehouse. Now suppose if you had to perform any kind of the transformation. Now suppose if you had to perform any kind of the transformation, like if you want to remove the null, suppose if you want to add a new column, suppose you want to clean the data. So in that kind of the case, we have a Dataflow Gen2 concept. With the help of the Dataflow Gen2, we can perform all the kind of the transformation. So let's understand what is Dataflow Gen2. Dataflow Gen2 is low code visual design data transformation tool. When I am saying low code, means you do not have to write any kind of the code here. Means if you are writing a code, that also is very minimum. So that's why we call it as a low code. Visual design means in visually only you will perform all the kind of the transformation. You do not have to write any specific kind of the code in a notebook and all. In a visually way, we are going to perform all the kind of the transformation. That's why we call it as a, it is a low code visual design data transformation tool in Microsoft Fabric. It allows you to prepare, clean and transform and load the data into a lakehouse or warehouse using Power Query. It helps you to clean and prepare the data and load into the lakehouse or warehouse by using a Power Query. So in a Power BI also we use a Power Query for clean the data, right? So similar here also, for all the kind of the transformation we have a Power Query. With the help of that only we perform all the kind of the cleaning and all the kind of the transformation operation. How does Dataflow Gen2 work? So with the help of the Dataflow Gen2, we can connect to any of the data source. Suppose your data is available in a ADLS Gen2, suppose your data is available in a SQL Server, Excel, Dataverse, Oracle, like multiple data source you can connect with the help of the Dataflow. You can transform a data. Suppose you have to remove the null value, suppose you have to rename the column, suppose you have to filter a row based on certain condition, suppose you have to merge multiple table, suppose you have to perform a pivot and pivot, suppose you have to remove a duplicate, means all the kind of the transformation we can use in the data flow itself. And all for all we will use a Power Query. In a visual way only we will do, we will not write any kind of the code here. In a visual way only we will try to do all the kind of the transformation and we will try to clean the data. And after cleaning the data we can load the data into a lakehouse table, warehouse and all. And if you have to schedule, then what actually we can use in a data factory only. In a data factory only you will see one option, data flow. That data flow actually if you import, right, you can schedule it so that it will run on a condition base, like a daily basis, weekly basis and monthly basis. So on high level if I'll say, Dataflow Gen2 is a transformation tool, transformation tool that will help you to perform a ETL operation. That will help you to perform a ETL operation, means you can extract the data from a different sources. After that you can clean the data, remove the null value, all the kind of the cleaning operation you can do, and after that you can load the data into a data warehouse and the lake house. In a data factory activity, what actually we were doing, we were connecting with the different sources and directly we were loading the data, right? Now we have got another thing, that is a transformation layer, and for transformation we are using a Dataflow Gen2. Now let's try to understand the key feature. Drag and drop Power Query based transformation, means all the transformation we will do in a visually, and for that we will use a drag and drop. We are not going to write any kind of the code, so it's very easy. Load data into a lakehouse table, Datamart or warehouse. We can, after cleaning the data, we can load the data into a lakehouse and all also. It support incremental refresh, join, filter, merge operation. It is ideal for the business analyst and the data wrangler who don't want to write any kind of the course and all. It is a part of the data engineering or data science workload in a Fabric. What are the use case we have? Suppose if you had to clean the data, suppose you had to filter the data, or you had to save Excel or CSV data. For all the kind of the cleaning operation we use a Dataflow Gen2. You want to create a reusable transformation logic like removing the null, pivot, columns and all. For that we use a Dataflow Gen2. A business analyst wants to prepare data for reporting without writing a code. In a data transformation, in a Dataflow Gen2, you do not have to write a code. So if a business analyst who wants to prepare a data for reporting without writing the code, this is best suit for them. You are bringing in file from a SharePoint, Dataverse or OneDrive and want to flatten or transform a data, then in that kind of the case we use a Dataflow Gen2. Now let's see how to create a Dataflow Gen2 in a Microsoft Fabric. So I have opened a Fabric account. I'll go to the workspace. This is the workspace we are using. So for creating any kind of the pipeline, what actually we were doing, we were going into the new item, and after that we were selecting the data pipeline. Now for the Dataflow Gen2, we have a option. You can see two things you can see. One is the Dataflow Gen1 and second is the Dataflow Gen2. Dataflow Gen2 is the advanced version. So we are going to use the Dataflow Gen2 only. Even though if you click on the Dataflow Gen1, right, it will ask you to create a Dataflow Gen2 because Microsoft also recommend to use a Dataflow Gen2 because here we have a advanced version. So we are going to use that. So what we'll do, click on the new item. We are going to select the Dataflow Gen2 here. Once you will select, it will ask the name. We are going to give the name Dataflow 1 only. Enable the Git integration. We are not going to enable any Git. So as of now, let's uncheck it. Click on the create. And now you can see Dataflow Gen2 has been created. We have given the name as a Dataflow 1, that's why it is showing. And you can see all the visual things actually it is available here. Now it is similar to Power BI, right? In Power BI also we use a Power Query. In a visual way we do all the kind of the transformation. Here also we can do all the kind of the transfer in a visual way only. So suppose you have to import Excel, import a SQL Server, this all the options available. Even if you want to connect with the multiple source, we have a get data option. If you click here, you will see multiple options are available. From there you can select with the multiple sources. All the Excel, SharePoint, web, everything is available. If you click on the view more, all the data source option is available, and wherever your data is available you can connect with that. So from here we can select any kind of the data source. Now after that you can see we have a multiple options are available. If you go into the transform tab, right, the next thing is the transform. In a transform you will see multiple options like group by, use first row as header, replace value, data type, detect data type, you have to rename, unpaired, means all the kind of the option available in a visual only. If you click on that, what will happen, it will show you, and based on the condition you can replace the value, or suppose if you have to add a new column based on certain condition, all the kind of the transformation is available here. If you just have to click and you have to just apply in that is a simple way. In a visual way only we have to do. After that we have another, that is the add column. Suppose you have to add a new column, or if you want to create a new column based on the certain condition, so that for that particular add column option is available, and based on certain conditional we can create a new column. So that kind of the logic also we can write and we can create that. And then we have a view option. If you want to see the schema, if you want to see the script, this all the things we can see from here. So in next video what we'll do, we'll try to connect with the data sources and we'll try to explore more. But I hope you got the idea how to create a Dataflow Gen2 and what is a Dataflow Gen2.